Lewis III, an Akron commit, very good player here. He is a touchdown maker. Second in the city last year in touchdowns.
Look out the window, what do I see? A couple yachts, they got some thoughts that tried to 7 seas. Got CCs and Louis V's out of every season. Carter me please, 4 G's, make them stop breathing. Must've just sent the new Ferrari, I just might cop me one. They can't be rich, they just trying to make a carbon copy of them. Counting up the snow money, every single damn home. I ain't worried about what they be on. You do what you can, I live a lifestyle on the daily homes. Braces on my right wrist, I got 80 on, my fragrance strong. My on top with tape in, she don't ride it with no lace on. Pour the ace gone, the double R, the gray stone, the inside blueberry and the outside is 8. Look out the window, what do I see? A couple yachts, they got some thoughts that tried to 7 seas. Got CCs and Louis V's out of every season. Carter me please, 4 G's, make them stop breathing. It's hard to stomach that. I'm out running laps and I ain't coming back. Maybach jumping like a jumping jack. Off the mumble rap, where Roddy at? I be chasing chicken, had to cut the fat. Only wear it one time, did a show, forgot to cut the tag. Another day, another seal, another deal, another bag. Was 19, charting up the jets, I'm in another class. Just couldn't even tell, I was out getting cash. Graduated from the streets, I ain't gotta bring up my past. Look out the window, what do I see? A couple yachts, they got some thoughts that tried to 7 seas.
How do you think the season is going so far? And did you expect to be this good?
I think the season is going really well. I think there was a high anticipation for this team. It's their second year kind of being together. They had a full off season, you know, to get right. Off season schedule, off season workout, 7-on-7. You know, they did a lot of good off season stuff. So winning a lot of off-season tournaments, 7-on-7, as well as camps and stuff like that, you kind of knew that they had the talent to be able to compete on a high level this year, you know, and try to contend for a PSL championship.
A pivotal moment for Canarsie was after completing the sweep of Staten Island, beating Tottenville, Wagner, and most notably, Curtis. Talk to us about those games.
That was cool. You know, I didn't even realize that they scheduled all those 3 Staten Island games back to back to back. But it was good to be able to, you know, coming off those 2 non-league games and playing Life Christian. After that game, being able to go right at it with Tottenville, that first Staten Island team, that was good because, you know, we lost to them pretty badly last year. So I think we could have probably beat them up a little bit better than we did. I think it was like a 1-score game. We should have won by like 3-4 scores. But again, you know, we had a little slow start starting the season. We didn't really get a lot of scrimmages and stuff like that. So you could kind of see it. In those 2 non-league games and then kind of spilling over into that Tottenville game, you starting to see us starting to really see what we could do. And then after that, you know, Wagner and Curtis was like, you know, it was a good night. We started rolling after that.
What do you believe Gene's best game was this season and why?
Best game was Curtis. Curtis was the best game. I think he was relaxed and just ready to perform. He knew it was a big showcase game. They had the game on MSG. He featured his talent, you know, essentially what he can do at a high level at the receiver position. You know, I made some really good plays at the receiver position, caught a couple deep balls, caught a touchdown pass. Also at the special teams, kick return, had a kick return touchdown that pretty much broke Curtis, I think, opening up the second half and going up like 3 scores. So, yeah, I think that was his best game, over 100 yards receiving, touchdown pass, kick return touchdown. I would say that's his best game of the season.
What do you believe his worst game of the season was?
Worst game was probably the Life Christian game. You know, again, we didn't get a lot of work prior to that game. You know, this is a big stage, being at Rutgers in Jersey, his hometown. You know, having a lot of family there. He's a little nervous. You know, you can see he had the jitters. So he dropped a few screen passes that he should have caught. You know, he caught a touchdown pass that kept us in the game, but you know, I think if he would have capitalized on some of those screen passes, we could have probably moved the ball more effectively and maybe made the game a little closer. Probably could have had a chance to tie it up.
This week, you faced your toughest opponent yet in Erasmus Hall. Have you noticed a difference in Gene's preparation for this week? And then talk to us about the results of that game.
Yeah, sure. We call it demon time, right? You know, just on a different mindset. Just no friends that week, you know. A lot of friends and family that play for Erasmus. So, you know, he's just very focused on what they need to do. You know, his whole group very focused, trying to get this win. So, you know, I think they're doing a really good job preparation. They did a really good job, and, you know, trying to pay attention to what they got to do and going at each other hard in practice. You know, so you try to treat it just like every other week, but there's definitely a little bit more emotion behind it. But it is another game week, and it's just a kind of preview of what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Talk to us about the results.
You know, the results of the game was not favorable for Canarsie, obviously. We should have won the game, in my opinion, because we had opportunities to win the game. So if you have opportunities to win the game, you know, you want to capitalize. It's up 14-13 going in the end of this first score. Oh, don't talk about it like that?
We was down.
No, yeah, right, we
We was down one.
We was down 14-13. Down 14-13 going into the end of the first half. You know, have an opportunity to score in the red zone and not score because of, like, you know, offsides, not executing there. Could have went into the half with the lead. Then you open up the second half with the ball. You turn it over, you know, just carelessly. And then if you look at how they scored, they gave up a lot of big plays. You know, gave up a long run, like a 60-yard run. Gave up a kick return touchdown, just mistakes. And then that pick six. That's about 18 points we just kind of gave away, just, you know, just laps and just plays that, you know, we're supposed to make. But, you know, we cleaned some of that stuff up. We should be ready to go, you know, in the playoffs.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, this shit is about to get miserable. Like bad. Like horrible. Like, what's worse than horrible?
Howie.
Terrifying. Like, I don't even know.
You're not doing it?
Who? Yo, one!
Give it to Zach. Give it.
What's the last first game?
One!
First of the last, bro.
Don't say that, bro. Don't get emotional right now.
Of the Eagles. Touchdown!
This is my shit! Hey! It's your shit! This is my shit! Hey! Hey, this is my shit! Hey, this is my shit! Oh, shit. I ain't gonna lie. Little fake nerves, I ain't gonna lie. We did not score, but we created.
All right, you ready? All right. So how is the season going in your opinion?
So far, the season's been going good for us. You know, we had a disaster at Rutgers, but since that game, we cleaned up from that. And we've been doing good on a roll.
Did you expect to be this good?
Yeah, kind of did, because all the work we put in over the summer and how consistent we practice and how long we practice and how much time we put into it, so I kind of put in the type of good outcome.
A pivotal moment for Canarsie was after completing the sweep of Staten Island, beating Tottenville, Wagner, and most notably Curtis. Talk to me about those games.
We went into all those games knowing, like, we gotta, like, make a statement this year. First of all, because we didn't get to play Curtis last year, so we wanted to get that win so bad. And then the Tottenville game, we obviously lost that last year, so we wanted to get back for that from last year. And then the Wagner game, we just went out there balling. Everybody was balling.
What do you believe was your best game so far, and why?
My best game so far would be Curtis' game. I had 2 touchdowns that game, I think like 5 receptions. And it was on TV, so everybody seen how good I was playing. And yeah, I showed that I could play special teams like kick return, and I could obviously play receiver.
What was your worst game so far this season?
Worst game?
Your worst game?
That would have to be like, my worst game probably be Wagner. I don't even know my worst game. But this question, you sent me this, I was mad confused. What was my worst game? Like Beacon Hills?
Christian, you had 2 drops.
Oh, I'm wildin'. Facts, that was definitely my worst game. Now restart. Nah, that was crazy. I was about to say whack. Nah. That's why he looked at me. Nah. Nah. All right.
Go ahead.
My worst game this year will have to be the Life Christian game at Rutgers, only because of how big the game was for me. You know, going back to Jersey, playing in front of the Jersey crowd on TV. You know, I was a little nervous. My first game on TV. So I had a couple bad drops, and I had a touchdown, but I don't really count that. I still had bad drops.
So this past week, you faced your toughest opponent yet in Erasmus Hall. Talk to me about the preparation going into that week and the results of the game.
Going into that week, we knew we had to change our mindset and the way we practice. So practice was a little more intense. Kind of shaky start at first. It was like a rough week, up and down practice. You know, prepping for it was no different from any other game. We went harder in practice and had more time during film, but the results of the game came like a disaster. It's kind of like we shot ourselves in the foot. We had it was like a shootout at first, scoring back-to-back until after halftime. Silly mistakes, and they capitalized on every mistake we had, and it turned out to be what the score was.